Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome inside the Lumpkin Center. It's game number 2 of the doubleheader. The Cougars back on the court for the first time since their winter break and looking to avenge their loss against Lander a few weeks ago. Welcome, everyone, here to Herbert Green Court. I'm Corey Aldis here on Cougar Sports TV. We're getting set for tip. The Cougars 5-5 on the season, but 0-2 inside of Peach Belt Conference play. In fact, they've lost 3 in a row, looking to bounce back and pick up a win here as the Patriots of Francis Marion have come to do battle. Francis Marion 2-0 inside the Peach Belt Conference, one of 4 teams that remains undefeated inside of Peach Belt Conference play. 2 of those teams that are undefeated handed the Cougars 2 of their Peach Belt Conference losses. Let's see if they can get a win against an undefeated Peach Belt Conference team this afternoon. It's game time. Paulding, Wall at center court. We're ready for tip-off here inside the Lumpkin Center. Let's go to work. The Cougars looking for their 6th win this season, but Francis Marion has other ideas. And they'll start with the ball first, going left to right. Down low, it's Matthews, picked up by Anthony Moore, and he took steps to open up the game. We saw a whole slew of turnovers in that opening game between the women's squads as the Lady Cougars forced 20-plus turnovers yet again. And they came away with a dominating 74-51 win over the Patriots. We're looking to double dip here. A double-header sweep is what we love to see inside the Lumpkin Center. And Anthony Moore starts it off on the right foot, a floater in the lane. 5 out there for the Cougars to open up this game. BG and JT up top with Zay Horton, Anthony Moore, and then Cam Paulding down low for the Cougars. On the flip side, it's Jaquez Smith, Alex Cox for Francis Marion, and then Keith Matthews, Winston Hill, and Kendall Wall, the other 3. Well, this is a Francis Marion squad that has a whole bunch of depth up and down that lineup. 4 starters averaging double figures. 5 starters averaging double figures as Bryant Givens hits a 3-pointer. They're going to call a technical foul on Givens. Right after he hit that 3, he gets whistled for the technical. This is a player that's been feeling it as of late. Bryant Givens, that is. Oddly enough, he's come off the bench in his last 2 games. Had to come off his bench 2 games ago as he was coming back from an illness. And then Coach Moore decided to roll the dice and bring him off the bench again. He scored 20-plus points each of those times. Obviously back in the starting lineup. Coach Moore can't believe the technical foul as he's saying that Brian Gibbons was just jumping up and down. Not what you want to see, though, with the technical within the first minute and 10 seconds of play. Now Brian Gibbons has to watch himself because he's got a personal foul. He's a guy that likes to play in your face defensively and can be prone to picking up fouls. Corner look, open. Douglas Dwight, the one who drains that 3-ball. As he comes off the bench. Zay Horton, someone that the Cougars desperately need to get going. He's been in a big funk in his past couple of games. Played his 2 worst games of the season. Givens lays that one off to Moore. Double team down low, can't get it, but the follow-up is good. Anthony Moore gets his bucket to go down as the Cougars are on top 7-6. Moore with an early 4 for CSU. Another open look. This time it's Wall. Off the mark, no good. Cam Paulding corrals it. BG. Ball movement. JT. Corner 3. Buckets. Jalen Thomas hits the 3. Cougars are 2-2 from behind the arc to start. They're shooting just 32% from distance to open up the season. And here comes BG into the front court. Givens all the way in for 2. That's going to force a timeout to be called by Coach Edwards. He doesn't like what he's seeing. 12-6, a 6-point advantage here for the Cougars.
Choosing the right college can be a challenge. Does it offer degrees suited to your career goals? Are emerging fields of study more your interest, like cybersecurity, gaming, or environmental science? What about extracurricular activities, such as campus life, study abroad, or honors? Are scholarships and financial assistance available? Columbus State University has always been one of the most affordable colleges in Georgia. Now it's also one of the fastest growing. When you ask the right questions, you'll find out why CSU should be.
There are over 480,000 college athletes.
So Brian Givens and Jalen Thomas hitting the trays to open up the early 6-point advantage. 12-6 the score line, just 2:31 into this one. You knew this was going to be an extremely fast-paced game between these two squads who love to run and gun and shoot a whole bunch of threes. Great defense there by Paulding on the block. Here's another open look from the corner, and instead it'll remain Patriots ball. Foul's going to be whistled on CSU. Referees are getting together, trying to figure out whom the foul was called on. It's on Zay Horton, his first personal foul. So Zay Horton and Bryant Givens, the two with fouls for the Cougars. The inbound to Matthews. Matthews into the lane. Moore was there, standing all day long, ready for that charge. Anthony Moore draws it there as Patriots went barreling into the lane. Cougars force a turnover. Here's Bryant Givens off a screen, bouncing it over to Horton. Horton picked up defensively by Wall. Anthony Moore drives it in, got caught in the air. Low pass to Jalen Thomas. Down to 8 on the shot clock. He'll fire up a three. No good off the mark. Trying to save that one was Wall, and he does, just barely. It goes to Hill. Hill driving all the way to the rack for two. Well, Winston Hill, the 6'7" sophomore from Columbia, South Carolina. He scored 20 points in 4 straight games, and this is the guy that you've got to watch out for if you're the Cougars, averaging 21 points a game. An absolute monster down low. 20 points and 9 rebounds. And Zay Horton will draw the foul, and he'll head to the free throw line for two. Can't say enough good things about Winston Hill, one of the best players inside the entire Peach Belt Conference. 7 of his 9 games, he's scored 20 or more points. The post defense is really what the Cougars have to rely upon and make sure that guys like Winston Hill, along with Keith Matthews, aren't doing their damage down low. Again, another shot from Hill, this time halfway down and out, and it's ripped away there by Anthony Moore. Solid defense from the Cougars. Bryant Givens underhands that one. JT, 3-ball, halfway down and pops out. Up and down, can't even catch your breath. Wall turnaround, no good. Anthony Moore, the one-handed board. Up ahead, Givens underhands it to Moore. Fast break offense there from the Cougars as Givens lays that one off to Moore for two. 16-8, Cougars have doubled up the lead in the early goings, and now they force another turnover. JT up ahead, it's a 3v1, Bryant Givens. Cougars getting out offensively. 7 points now for Givens. He's 3 of 3 from the field. Almost forcing another turnover there. Instead, here's Dwight. Poked away. Great defense from the Cougars. They're getting after it. And Coach Moore loves it. 10-point lead here for CSU. 18-8, 5 minutes in.
There are over 480,000 college athletes. Only 2% would go pro. That
That means over 470,000 will not get a shoe contract. No autographs. No private jets. No fan clubs. No Hall of Fame inductions. Instead, they will walk away with something much more valuable.
A smile is the best thing you can wear. At Cook Dental Care, we have a smile for you. We believe in creating a dental experience for each patient that demonstrates kindness, professionalism, and knowledgeable service.
También tenemos un equipo bilingüe listo para ayudarle y cuidarle.
Insurance, financing, walk-ins, and new patients are always welcome.
Good morning.
Hi.
How you doing today?
For your family's dental care, visit us at cookdentalcare.com or call 706-689-2905. Again, that number is 706-689-2905. I am Dr. Kathy Cook, and I'm the official dentist of CSU Athletics. At Cook Dental Care, we provide dental dentistry for the entire family.
Dr. Cook,
Yes.
you have a patient in room 3.
Okay, thank you.
18-8, Cougars on top by 10, 5 minutes into this one. They've been running the fast break and catching the Patriots off guard as they've opened up a double-digit advantage here on Francis Marion. Checking into the game and picking up the turnover for the Patriots. There was Alex Cox. They weren't aware of the shot clock winding down. Here's Anthony Moore driving into the lane, finds Cam Paulding. Cam Paulding's been a little quiet for the Cougars as of late. Zay Horton all the way in for 2. You'll take that if you're the Cougars. Need some more points from Zay Horton and for him to be aggressive on the court. I mentioned that he had been coming off a couple of poor performances for his standards as Zay Horton played his worst 2 games, the past 2 games for CSU, and uncoincidentally, they both resulted in Columbus State losses. Was just 2 of 7 from the field against USC Aiken, and then 1 of 8 from the field against Lander. Season low 6 points in that game. Right now, though, a different story. 20-8, Columbus State up by 12. And they've already forced a couple of Francis Marion timeouts, and they're currently on an 8-0 run over the last 2:18. .17 left here in this first half. And they quickly employ a double team outside on Dickerson. While bouncing that one into the corner, down low, they get it to Edmondson, goes reverse. So all new players out there for Francis Marion. Coach Edwards not happy, he makes a line change. Still the same 5 out there for CSU because it's been working. Brian Givens, no good on that attempt. His first miss of the game. Francis Marion will try to respawn. That 3-pointer only hit the backboard. The follow-up shot didn't hit anything. Another miss down low by the Patriots. It will stay Francis Marion ball. Some sloppy play down low for Francis Marion. Can't get any of those shots to go down. They're shooting just 30% from the field to start this game. Cougars, meanwhile, 8 of 12, 66%. And old school Chris Horton will check in for the first time as Jalen Thomas will be the first one out. They're going to bring Stanley Taylor in as well for Anthony Moore. Great start by Anthony Moore, 3 of 4 from the field. He's got 6 points and 3 boards. You like what you're seeing from Moore in the early goings. Double team, Taylor was there. Another offensive foul, second offensive foul drawn by the Cougar defense. 13 foul for Francis Marion. Givens picked up by Dickerson. Givens leads all scorers, 7 points through just about 7 minutes of play. Horton got caught down low. Right now it's Cam Paulding. Cougars will have to reset. Down to 6 on the shot clock. Step back three. Zay Horton, no good. Chris Horton trying to fight for the offensive rebound. He gets it inside. This time they reverse this call. A charge called on Columbus State this time around. Saw a couple charges on the Patriots. Now it's a charge on Francis Marion. Devin Porter Wilson checking into the game here for CSU. He didn't get much playing time for the Cougars in that loss against Lander. Just 5 minutes off the bench. But he's another great addition on this Cougar squad, the transfer from CVCC. This guy that can hit the glass. Averaged 9 points and 8 boards last year playing for the Pirates. Tay. There's Porter Wilson. Over to Horton. Givens drives with his left, bounce passes it. Devin Porter Wilson got caught in the air. Wasn't sure what to do with it. Don't want to pick up a foul there if you're Givens, as he already has one, but instead it's Cam Paulding who picks up the foul, and the bucket goes down for Jones. So a three-point opportunity here for Jones. A guy that averages just 3 points a game. Jones had only scored 8 points all year before the previous 2 games. And he had his best game last game, 13 minutes off the bench, put up 8 points. Part of that 10-point loss against Fayetteville State. Francis Marion went out of conference just after the winter break, so they've already got their feet wet here. A nice move there by Brian Givens, and he ends up getting fouled. Francis Marion got a game in after their winter break. 10-point loss, though, to Fayetteville State on the road. Media timeout, 2013, Cougars up 7.
I knew that there was an opportunity to have my college paid for if I was good enough to play baseball at that level. That was going to make a big difference in my family. D2 baseball gave me an opportunity to play at a high level and to get an education that's going to be valuable for me throughout the rest of my life. I chose to take my experience of being a student athlete and pursue that within my career and to get a master's degree. If I wouldn't have had a baseball scholarship, there'd be no chance that I'm doing what I'm doing today.
Don't you worry, my child. Everything's gonna be just fine. Little darling, you keep on walking, 'cause I ain't never gonna leave your side.
As kids fall in love with sports, our universities are working every day to keep college sports safe, so you can watch them play with a little less worry and a little more joy.
Cougars shooting 61% from the field to start this game, 8 minutes in. 8 of 13, Brian Givens with 7, Anthony Moore with 6. Meanwhile, Francis Marion still rolling with their reserves out there after that line change. They've done a good job. They were down 12, cut it down to 7. Here's Taylor, and another charge. So 2 charges on Francis Marion and 2 now on the Cougars. CSU has been scoreless for the past 2 minutes and 36 seconds. Jalen Thomas will check back into the game for CSU. Mid-range jumper off the mark, no good from Dickerson. Here's Chris Horton into the front court. Horton, open look for three, bouncing around, gets the friendly home roll. Third three-point make of the game for the Cougars. Lead back up to double digits. Chris Horton poking that one away, and he comes up with the steal. He's hit a three now in 7 straight games after that make. Going all the way in and hitting that one around the rim was Jones. The follow-up rolls around, no good as well. A whirlpool around the rim there. Thomas got poked in the eye, had to pick up his dribble, and now he's gonna have to call a timeout. Had a crossover step back there, got poked in the eye, couldn't see, and had to call a timeout. It'll be just a 30-second timeout. We'll stick around here. Cougars 5-5 on the season, but looking for their first Peach Belt Conference win. One of 5 teams without a win inside the Peach Belt Conference. Trying to knock off one of the 4 undefeated Peach Belt Conference teams in Francis Marion. Cougars will be on the road in their next game at Georgia College before coming back here to the Lumpkin Center. How about this? We've got Saturday doubleheaders all month long. Francis Marion, next Saturday UNC Pembroke, the following Saturday Flagler, and then the Saturday after that Young Harris. So they're on the road for all of their Wednesdays, whereas they're home here for their Saturday games in the month of January. Chris Horton off the mark, no good. He'll get a chance to redeem himself, and he does. Old School drills the three for CSU, 26-13. Takeaway there, and a whistle will be blown as a foul is going to be called. Team's 5th foul, so both teams now with 5 fouls apiece. Morris checked back into the game for the Cougars. So Givens, Moore, Taylor with Horton and Preston. Francis Marion has gone to his zone defense. Taylor halfway down, popped out. Anthony Moore fighting hard for the rebound. Ball still loose and on the ground, and coming away with it was Dickerson into the front court, racing up ahead. Brian Givens didn't want to foul, and now they're going to call an over the back loose ball foul on Francis Marion. Kendall Wall will be the one picking up the foul. (26-13). Cougars have doubled up the Patriots in this first half, midway through it. Francis Marion, not only have they gone to a zone, but they've brought their starters back in, and now they force a turnover. Well, they took their starters out, Coach Edwards did, and Francis Marion went on a little bit of a run, but now CSU on the 6-0 spurt of their own. As Francis Marion has gone 2.5 minutes without a point.
It's on the Cougars, number 15,
Hunter Preston, the one picking up the foul. How about Brian Givens? He's done a real good job not picking up that second personal foul. They've already got Zay Horton on the bench with 2 fouls. And Givens picked up that first foul in the first minute and 10 seconds of play. Great defense there. Carl Ivey, who's checked into the game, forces one off the leg of a Patriot. Another turnover. Turnover number 7 now for Francis Marion. Here's Anthony Moore over to Carl Ivey. Givens had that one poked away, recovers, got caught in the air. A blocking foul is going to be whistled. That'll be team foul number 7, which means the Cougars will be in the bonus for the final 9:03 of this first half. So let's see if they can take advantage of it and work themselves to the free throw line for the final 9 minutes of this first half. Got a big time opportunity to extend the lead here. Give themselves free points at the line. 27-13 is where the score is at with 9 minutes left. Down low, missing the bunny there was Hill. The offensive rebound. Cougars trying to figure out where the foul was. They're going to whistle it though on Anthony Moore, obviously not on Preston, who got a piece of that. Anthony Moore picks up his first personal foul. Puts Wall at the free throw line for 2. 80% free throw shooter this season, gets the first one to go down. We saw his sister play in the opening game. Sister also playing on this Francis Marion squad. Brother and sister tandem for Patriots basketball. Wall, senior from Columbia, South Carolina, averaging 12 points and 8 boards a game this season. He's been a great player for Francis Marion, and he's been a big difference from his last year numbers. He had to step into a new role this season, and boy, has he ever done it. Stepping up from his 5 points and 3 boards that he put up last year. So both teams now in the bonus for the final 8.5 minutes of the first half. Here is Wall over to Matthews, and another foul is going to be whistled on Preston. He'll go back to the bench. Cam Paulding will check back in, but it's going to send Hill to the line for a 1-and-1. So back comes Cam Paulding. As Hill gets the first one to go down. Made just 1 start last year in 30 games, Hill that is, averaging 9 points, 5 boards. And here he is, having doubled that up this season. 20.6 points per game and 9 rebounds for the sophomore. What a player he's already turned into for the Patriots. Here's Anthony Moore turning it over. Stutter step there by Cox, who brings it into the front court. Patriots have a chance to cut this down to single digits. It's Hill down low, soft touch. Winston Hill, another bucket for Francis Marion. He leads the Patriots with 5 points. Horton, bounce pass, Anthony Moore. Cougars moving that ball around. The kick out, open look, Carl Ivey. Can't get it to go. Cam Paulding, the putback. Nice job by Paulding down low. Getting the bucket off that rebound. Cougars back up 11, and look at Carl Ivey poking that one away, but Francis Marion recovers. Far side, Matthews off the mark, no good. Ivey up ahead, Horton tried to rifle that one down low to Paulding. Instead, it's a turnover. Dwight, Matthews off glass. Matthews with 4 points now for the Patriots. 29-20, Cougars up 9. Down to 15 on the shot clock. Moore, not really a three-point shooter, gives it to Givens. Horton, he'll fire from distance. Off the mark, no good. Cougars have missed some threes now. They started 2 of 2. They hit 3 of their first 4, and now they're just 4 of 13 from behind the arc. Trying to respond is Cox. He can't get it to go down. Both these teams now struggling from distance. Carl Ivy again. This time it goes in. Carl Ivy getting some PT for the Cougars. He's only made 5 appearances this season off the bench. And there he is draining a 3 for CSU. He'll take those bench points as Hill gets another one to go down. (32-22), Cougars up 10. Anthony Moore, 20-footer, just inside the arc. A deep 2 there for Moore. It's the junior from Phoenix City, Alabama. Already has 8 to go along with 5 rebounds. Here's Hill. Well defended there by Camp Holding, but now they have the mismatch. They're going to have to switch back. Instead, Cox for 3, no good. So Francis Marion now 1 of 6 from behind the arc. Carl Ivy again, yes sir! Cougars playing with house money, getting a couple of 3s from Carl Ivy. Five minutes to go in this first half. Largest lead of the game, 15-point Cougar advantage. Ivy has a career high of 9 points. Actually put that up this season against USC Aiken. Matthews will be heading to the free throw line on a late foul on Cam Paulding. That'll take us to the media timeout. 37-22, Cougars up 15.
As Division II student athletes, we are committed to being our best.
Division II National SAC is proud to partner with the Sports Science Institute to play a role in the cardiac safety and health of student athletes.
Although many student athletes with heart conditions live healthy, active lives, up to 10 NCAA student athletes die each year of sudden cardiac death during athletic activities.
The facts are that immediate delivery of CPR and AED saves lives, so everyone should be CPR and AED trained. Please join us in this important initiative. Make it yours.
It's not about where you were born. It's not about your gender or the color of your skin, or whether you're rich, poor, or in the middle. No matter what you play, if you have the skill and drive to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
Matthews at the free throw line here for Francis Marion. He'll have 2 shots, but the Cougars enjoying a 37-22 advantage. Well, Carl Ivy coming in and raining a couple of trays, helping extend that Cougar lead. 37-24. Need a strong finish here in the final 5 of this first half. Another 3-pointer goes down. This time it's Bryant Givens. Givens gets his second 3 ball. So Givens, Horton, and Ivy all with 2 made 3-pointers. We're just in the first half. The Cougars have already put up a 40 spot on Francis Marion. We knew this was going to be fast-paced and high scoring. Oh, nice move there by Carl Ivy on the dribble, showing off the handles, going all the way in and having it poked away. He thought he was fouled. Maybe should have handed that one off. But hey, when you're hot, you want to take all those shots right now if you're Carl Ivy. Zay Horton, by the way, he's checked back into the game. He's got the ball up top. He's got to be careful. 2 personal fouls so far on Horton. Givens down low. Cam Paulding, 10 on the shot clock. Double team comes. Givens, nice swing pass over to JT for three.
JT for three.
43-24, Cougars on top. Driving, reverse layup, way off the mark there by Wall. Barely hit the backboard. Oh, nice pass up ahead. Horton over to JT in the corner. Carl Ivy, a third tray. Yes, sir. Oh, he does the MJ shrug as he's walking down the court. Puts his hands up in the air. Carl Ivy ties his career high with 9 points. He's got 3 3-pointers off the bench. Not even Carl Ivy can believe what's happening here. So this season he scored in just 2 different games against Tuskegee and USC Aiken. He made 3 threes against USC Aiken for 9 points, 1 3 against Tuskegee for 3 points. Yeah, just 12 points all season coming into this game. JT makes one rain. The Cougars can't miss from deep. CSU has hit 7 of their last 8 from distance. They've got 10 3-pointers in this first half, 49 points. They've exploded here coming out of the winter break. 49-26. Let's catch our breaths. Largest lead of the game for CSU.
The American dream to me as an immigrant means having the opportunities that my parents didn't have. Being the first one in my family to graduate, it meant everything my parents sacrificed for me to get to this point. It was paying off.
Estoy muy orgulloso de Michael por haberse graduado de colegio.
My path to a college degree would have been completely different had I not had a scholarship. It would just relieved a lot of the financial burden.
These are your teams, your players, your community of fans. This is where they play, where they practice, where you cheer. At every meet, every event, every game. Your community is passionate, dedicated, supportive. You know the tension of a close game and the thrill of the win. So while you're cheering, keep an eye out for anything out of the ordinary. If you see something suspicious, say something to local authorities.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills.
(49-26), CSU a large advantage here in this first half, thanks in part to their 3-point shooting that has been off the charts here in the early goings. 10 3-pointers made already for CSU in this first half. A team that came in here shooting just 32% from behind the arc. They're 10-19. They had a similar explosion, if you recall, against USC Aiken earlier this season. And they ended up finishing with 15 3-point makes, going 15 for 29 for 52%. They're on track, on their way to that right now. Let's hope the result can be different, because somehow they ended up losing that game. Heartbreaking loss on that late whistle with under a second to go. Thomas, 10 on the shot clock, crossover a 3. Right now we're going to start to see some heat checks from these Cougars. Francis Marion, no good on their 3-point attempt. Jalen Thomas comes away with it. Givens will fire from distance. Wow. BG for 3. Givens leads all scorers with 14 points in this first half. We mentioned he's coming off back-to-back 20-point outings. He's scored 20 or more points 4 times this season. He's got 3 threes in this first half, so 3 threes apiece for Givens, Thomas, and Carl Ivy. Down low, Cam Paulding, he took steps. Turnover there for CSU, their 8th turnover of the first half. Well, as a team, they're shooting 59% from the field, 52% from deep. 23-point advantage here for CSU. How much that Francis Marion can do. These are some tough threes that they've been making as well. About a 12-second differential between shot clock and game clock. Cougars moving the ball around. Cam Paulding has it up top over the Moore. JT off a screen. Cam Paulding again took steps. Back-to-back travels there from Cam Paulding. So Francis Marion a chance to take the final shot of this first half. 20.8 remaining. 52-29. Francis Marion up 23. Givens, he's going to force a turnover there, picking up a steal. So the Cougars will have a chance to get the final shot off. Cam Paulding gets trapped there, gives it off to Carl Ivey into the corner. JT down to 2. Can Carl Ivey hit his 4th three? Just left it short. As the buzzer sounds, Carl Ivey. Great first half for CSU. Ivey finishes with 9 off the bench. Jalen Thomas also with 9, but Brian Givens leading all scorers with 14. Cougars hit 11 threes in that first half. They go 11 for 22 from distance as they've opened up a large 23-point advantage. We'll take a break here on Cougar Sports TV. Stick around. We'll be back. Second half action coming up after this.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
We can stop to make sure someone is okay. Get in the way and disrupt the situation.
Notify an authority.
Or walk them home safely.
We can change the language around rape.
We can make campuses safer for our teammates, our friends, and our classmates.
We cannot be bystanders.
Taking action isn't always easy, but it's on us
to intervene.
Because we can. Learn more and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Opportunity to me means doing the things that will make you a better future. I always dreamed of graduating from college. So being the first one in my family to graduate, it meant everything my parents sacrificed was paying off. Having an athletic scholarship for the University of Mount Olive was key for my success. I had the opportunity to not only get an education, but be able to develop as an individual.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
NCAA Teamworks is how the NCAA, member schools, student athletes, and corporate champions and partners actively engage in outreach efforts where national championships are played. Through initiatives such as NCAA Community 101 service learning projects, disaster relief efforts, youth clinics, backpack and school supply donations, and support of Special Olympics and the Make-A-Wish Foundation, the NCAA and its partners work together to leave a lasting legacy in the community. For more information on NCAA Teamworks, go to ncaa.com/teamworks.
path to a college degree would have been completely different had I not run Division II cross country for the University of Mount Olive. Having an athletic and academic scholarship was key for my success. Our coaches were really helpful with balancing out my academics and athletics. I decided to attend graduate school because I wanted to become an athletic director. Receiving the postgraduate scholarship through the NCAA provided me with the flexibility to choose the school that I wanted. So now I know that I can accomplish any goal that I set for myself.
On and off the court, we're focused on creating lifelong opportunity, and that starts with education. More college athletes are earning degrees than ever before, but we've still got work to do. That's why we're raising the bar for incoming freshmen, so they're prepared when they get to campus. And why teams can't play in championships unless they make the grade. Education matters, and putting academics first creates a pathway to a lifetime of opportunity.
A smile is the best thing you can wear. At Cook Dental Care, we have a smile for you. We believe in creating a dental experience for each patient that demonstrates kindness, professionalism, and knowledgeable service.
También tenemos un equipo bilingüe listo para ayudarle y cuidarle.
Insurance, financing, walk-ins, and new patients are always welcome.
Good morning.
Hi.
How you doing today?
For your family's dental care, visit us at cookdentalcare.com or call 706-689-2905. Again, that number is 706-689-2905. I am Dr. Kathy Cook, and I'm the official dentist of CSU Athletics. At Cook Dental Care, we provide dental dentistry for the entire family.
Dr. Cook?
Yes.
You have a patient in room 3.
Okay, thank you.
While they're focused on success, we're focused on them. Because protecting college athletes doesn't only happen on the field. After the buzzer, it's about healthier student athletes. So we're reforming to meet their needs, investing in groundbreaking research, and changing the conversation around mental health. We're working hard to protect college athletes because prioritizing their well-being creates a pathway to a lifetime of opportunity. Across divisions, sports, championships, and schools for nearly 500,000 student athletes, college sports create lifelong opportunity, and that starts with education. We've raised the academic bar, so more are earning degrees, creating healthier campuses by working with the nation's brightest minds, and making sure more have the chance to succeed and are supported on their journey. But beyond the numbers, it's about opportunity, and we're working to provide it for every student athlete.
The American dream to me as an immigrant means having the opportunities that my parents didn't have. Being the first one in my family to graduate, it meant everything my parents sacrificed for me to get to this point. It was paying off.
Estoy muy orgulloso de Michael por haberse graduado de colegio.
My path to a college degree would have been completely different had I not had a scholarship. It would just relieved a lot of the financial burden.
We can stop to make sure someone is okay, get in the way, and disrupt the situation.
Notify an authority.
Or walk them home safely.
We can change the language around rape.
We can make campuses safer for our teammates, our friends, and our classmates.
We cannot be bystanders.
Taking action isn't always easy, but it's on us
to intervene.
because we can. Learn more and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
From court to court and lane to lane under the lights or under the sun, no one delivers Division II sports like NCAA.com. The center of D2 is inside the NCAA.com hub with exclusive highlights of every sport and live broadcasts of every Division II championship found nowhere else. Make NCAA.com yours, the home of Division II college sports.
It's more than a whistle or a call. We're committed to giving college athletes a fair shot, on and off the field. Covering the full cost of attendance, because college costs go beyond tuition. Keeping dreams on track, regardless of performance or injury. And creating equal opportunities and inclusive environments. It's about respecting college athletes and prioritizing fairness to build a pathway to lifelong opportunity.
As a student athlete in college, I first got involved with the NCAA at the national level. It was through the Student Athlete Advisory Committee, SAC, gave me an opportunity to advocate on behalf of all student athletes, to affect change and to make an impact. The NCAA is giving the student athlete a platform to voice their concerns and to be able to advocate for what's going to affect their well-being. The policies that are being put in place are speaking towards academics, they're speaking towards well-being, they're speaking towards fairness, creating a culture so that the student athletes have the best experience as possible.
Label me.
You know you want to.
Don't be shy.
You do it behind my back.
So say it to my face.
You don't know me.
You know what I am? I'm a pitcher.
I'm a striker.
I'm a point guard.
I'm a linebacker.
I'm a setter. Shortstop. High jumper.
Wrestler.
Defender.
Goalie.
Student.
Student athletes.
That's who we are.
As Division II student athletes, we are committed to being our best.
Division II National SAC is proud to partner with the Sports Science Institute to play a role in the cardiac safety and health of student athletes.
Although many student athletes with heart conditions live healthy, active lives, up to 10 NCAA student athletes die each year of sudden cardiac death during athletic activities.
The facts are that immediate delivery of CPR and AED saves lives, so everyone should be CPR and AED trained. Please join us in this important initiative. Make it yours.
Welcome back inside the Lumpkin Center as we're getting set for the second half of action as the Cougars exploded out of the winter break, putting up 52 first half points. That's a new season high for CSU. They rained 11 three-pointers, 3 threes for Jalen Thomas, Bryant Givens, and Carl Ivey off the bench. 11 for 22 from behind the arc, shooting over 57% overall from the field, and they held Francis Marion to just 31% shooting. More importantly, Hill has just 7 points for the Patriots. The leading scorer for Francis Marion, one of the best players in the Peach Belt Conference coming into this game, averaging 21 points and 9 boards. Had just 7 points and 1 rebound in that first half. Great job by the Cougars in the first half, but still 20 more minutes to go before they can close the deal on this win as Brian Gibbons opens the second half with a bucket. He leads all scorers now with 16 points. He's looking for his third consecutive 20-point outing. Here's Hill, elbow jumper, no good. It's going to go off CSU though. We'll stay with the Patriots. Cougars looking to hand the Patriots their first loss of the season inside of conference play. They're one of 4 undefeated teams in the Peach Belt Conference. 2-0 Francis Marion alongside Augusta and Lander, while USC Aiken stands alone at 3-0. Here's Hill down low, bullies his way in for 2. So the Cougars got balanced scoring and a lot of help off their bench. 15 bench points for CSU in that first half. Starting 5, though, back out there here to open up the second half for CSU. BG, long distance. Dialing one up all the way from his hometown in Indiana. Givens from NBA range extends the lead to 26. Make it 12 made threes. JT gets the ball, goes all the way in. Count it, and the foul. Jalen Thomas, a chance to complete a 3-point play. Everything going the way of the Cougars in this one. Jalen Thomas a chance to reach double figures. He's the second Cougar in double figures this afternoon. What a performance here by the Cougars. 60-31. An onslaught here by CSU. Another turnover.
Cougars basketball.
Here's Zay Horton on the right wing, up top to Jalen Thomas. 2 minutes into this second half, it's still been all CSU. They've outscored Francis Marion 8-2. I'm not sure we've seen as many traveling calls in a college game that we've seen here today. That's got to be at least the 5th one. Tack on all the charges, too, that we've seen. I believe 4 charges, 2 apiece from each team. Matthews, skip pass high over to Alex Cox. Haven't heard much from Cox. He's been awfully quiet, hasn't scored a single point. Came in this game averaging just shy of 10. Anthony Moore almost traveled there. Instead, JT for 3. Bouncing that one, no good. Into the lane, it's Hill. Great defense there by Cam Paulding, kept his hands up. No good on that 3-point attempt with Smith, but the offensive rebound and a layup by Matthews. Well, Francis Marion, a team that comes into this game averaging 83 points per game, but defense has been an issue as Cam Paulding flushes it with one hand. They've been giving up just shy of 90 points per game to their opponents. And well on their way are the Cougars in this one to reaching that 90-point mark. Their opponents have been shooting just under 50% from the field, including 40% from behind the arc. Well, you can see it here. CSU not a great three-point shooting team, but Francis Marion has just been giving them looks that the Cougars have been burying. Jalen Thomas will pick up the foul there. Down low, it's Hill trying to put it back up, rejected by Cam Paulding. Paulding getting another hand on that shot attempt. Grabs his second block of the game. Hill picked up by Paulding, down to 13 on the shot clock. He goes to work down low, trying to muscle his way up for two, and he does. Just bulldozes his way right through Paulding there for the layup. So Hill now into double figures, both Hill and Matthews each with 11 points apiece, leading the way for Francis Marion. Jalen Thomas into the lane, over to Zay Horton. Horton's been quiet, he was in foul trouble in that first half. Gets the layup there, he's got 6. He's coming off 2 of his worst games of the season. Like to see him get back into double figures and on track, as there's a corner 3 from Alex Cox, so he finally gets on the board. His first make of the game. Givens met here by Smith. Over to Zay Horton. Jalen Thomas drives to his right, bounces it over Hill, and one. He'll head to the line, chance to complete the three-point play. I thought Hill got there in time to come away with a block, but somehow Jalen Thomas got that one up and in. It'll take us to our first media timeout of the second half, 66-38.
Choosing the right college can be a challenge. Does it offer degrees suited to your career goals? Are emerging fields of study more your interest, like cybersecurity, gaming, or environmental science? What about extracurricular activities, such as campus life, study abroad, or honors? Are scholarships and financial assistance available? Columbus State University has always been one of the most affordable colleges in Georgia. Now it's also one of the fastest growing. When you ask the right questions, you'll find out why CSU should be.
There are over 480,000 college athletes. Only 2% would go pro.
That means over 470,000 will not get a shoe contract. No autographs. No private jets. No fan clubs. No Hall of Fame inductions. Instead, they will walk away with something much more valuable.
A smile is the best thing.
(66-38), Cougars on top. A large advantage as they've kept things rolling here in this second half. Outscoring Francis Marion 14-9 in the first just about 5 minutes of this first half. Up top, it's Hill trying to drive on Preston. Can't get the layup to go. Loose ball, gets knocked out. It'll be Cougar ball. Cougars have had their way with Francis Marion in this game. And this is a real impressive performance. Maybe letting out a lot of anger from their past 3 losses. The alley-oop. BG to Preston, who throws it down. A look off there by Bryant Givens. And a beautiful play for CSU. Here's Taylor. Fade away, well contested. Might have gotten a piece of that one was Matthews. Chris Horton down low, has it ripped away by Hill. Hill coming into the front court, trying to go all the way in on Taylor. They're gonna call another charge. Taylor's taken a couple of charges in this game. Another turnover for Francis Marion. 69-40, 29-point advantage here for the Cougars. 14 minutes left in this one. It's Horton, Taylor, the two Hortons with Taylor, Givens, and Preston out there. Here's Givens, picked up by Dickerson. Over to Zay Horton, down low. Hunter Preston already had that slam. Now gets Hill in the air. Oh, can't finish. Oh, he traveled anyways. Took steps after he threw that pump fake up. Dwight's going to fire a three and hit it. Francis Marion has struggled mightily from behind the arc. That's just their third made three-pointer of the game. Meanwhile, CSU with 12. They've got a chance to set a new season high. They had 15 made three-pointers against USC Aiken. So they're 3 shy of tying that one as Matthews is going to get the lay-in. Little 7-0 run here in the past minute 45 for Francis Marion. Cuts it down to a 24-point deficit. Zay Horton, crossover, spin, rims that one out. Up top, old school for three. Zay Horton's going to get the offensive rebound and lays it up and in. Zay Horton active there on the glass. Creeping towards double-digit points. Trying to get back there for the first time in a few games. He's got 8 points now. That shot way off the mark. Clangs hard off the rim, but it's taken right back by Dickerson. Puts it up over Givens for 2. So Francis Marion still playing hard and fighting here defensively despite the blowout. Wouldn't expect anything else. Still a lot of time left on the clock. 12 minutes to go in this one. Horton down low to Preston. They're going to whistle a foul away from the ball. Loose ball foul there as Dwight and Horton having a few words for each other. Cougars looking to snap their 3-game losing streak. And a timeout will be taken on the court. We're on the under 12 media timeout, 71-47. Cougars in front.
A smile is the best thing you can wear. At Cook Dental Care, we have a smile for you. We believe in creating a dental experience for each patient that demonstrates kindness, professionalism, and knowledgeable service.
También tenemos un equipo bilingüe listo para ayudarle y cuidarle.
Insurance, financing, walk-ins, and new patients are always welcome.
Good morning.
Hi.
How you doing today?
For your family's dental care, visit us at cookdentalcare.com or call 706-689-2905. Again, that number is 706-689-2905. I am Dr. Kathy Cook, and I'm the official dentist of CSU Athletics. At Cook Dental Care, we provide dental dentistry for the entire family.
Dr. Cook?
Yes.
You have a patient in room 3.
Okay, thank you.
71-47, Cougars in front, looking to pick up their 6th win this season. Final 12 minutes of this one as Carl Ivy's checked back into the game for CSU. And Chris Horton turns it over there. So 2 in double figures for the Cougars. It's Givens and Thomas, 19 and 15 for those two, 9 for Ivy, 8 apiece for Horton and Moore. Balanced effort all across the board here for the Cougars in this one. That shot goes down for Francis Marion. They put on a nice little run here past 3 minutes. An 11-2 run for the Patriots. Going to make this score a little bit more respectable. We'll see how long the starters all stay out there for CSU. Up top, it's Chris Horton. Nice look down low. Tate! One-handed flush. Rose up, saw a little bit of space, and put that one down after Edmondson hits another shot there. His first three-pointer of the game. Horton with it up top. And boy, that's the second time that we've seen Dwight and Horton get into it. Zay Horton, that is. As Dwight fouls Zay Horton off the ball again. Second time in the past couple of minutes. It's going to send Dwight to the bench as Robinson checks back in. Jalen Thomas has come back in for CSU as well. Here's Carl Ivy, the pump fake over to Zay Horton, corner. Now steps in a little bit and uses the glass. Went window shopping there as it caresses off the glass for 2. And Zay Horton into double figures. Zay Horton, one of the best players inside the Peach Belt Conference. He was a third-team selection last year. And a double-double machine for the Cougars as JT goes all the way in. Had 12 double-doubles last season. Only 2 so far, though, this year. He's trying to get back on track for CSU. Zay Horton on the far side, up top to Carl Ivy. Corner look, splash. Carl Ivy again, his 4th three-pointer of the game. He's got a new career high, 12 points. And a miss there as Carl Ivy comes away with it. Trying to go up top to Zay Horton. Brings it down, misses the layup there. He's a little slow to get up. And the Cougars can reset. It's Jalen Thomas up top with 10 on the shot clock. Hunter Preston. Kick out, Carl Ivy again from the corner. In and out. Zay Horton, the offensive rebound. JT will try his luck. Yes. Another one. Cougars have hit back-to-back threes now. They've made 14 three-pointers in the game. Fourteen threes for CSU. They have really been getting after it in this one. And now we're going to start to see some of the substitutes check in for the Cougars as Robert Davis Jr., Jedneski, and Porter Wilson are coming in. So substitutes checking in here for CSU with a large advantage and just over 8 minutes remaining. Thomas with it up top. Robert Davis Jr., who's just checked in. Lays that one off to Hunter Preston. Puts it up and in. Jedneski is going to pick up the foul there as Jones drove it in, and that should take us to the under 8 timeout. 29-point advantage, CSU on top.
I knew that there was an opportunity to have my college paid for if I was good enough to play baseball at that level. That was going to make a big difference in my family. D2 baseball gave me an opportunity to play at a high level and to get an education that's going to be valuable for me throughout the rest of my life. I chose to take my experience of being a student athlete and pursue that within my career and to get a master's degree. If I wouldn't have had a baseball scholarship, there'd be no chance that I'm doing what I'm doing today.
Don't you worry, my child. Everything's gonna be just fine. Little darling, you keep on walking, 'cause I ain't never gonna leave your side.
As kids fall in love with sports, our universities are working every day to keep college sports safe, so you can watch them play with a little less worry and a little more joy.
Back here inside the Lumpkin Center as Jones is at the line for 2. Columbus State looking to finally break that losing streak. 3 in a row. Chance to pick up their 6th win of the season. Nice play there by Robert Davis Jr., who's come in for CSU, the junior transfer from East Mississippi Community College. He's had some good moments out there on the court for CSU. Had that 8-point outing, or excuse me, 12-point outing right off the bench against Barton. That was in the opening game of the season. Put up another 12 points against Albany State. More free throws upcoming here for Francis Marion. So the Cougars will be on the road in their next game to take on Georgia College on Wednesday night. But they'll be right back here inside the Lumpkin Center next Saturday. Again, Saturday home games all throughout the month of January. It's going to be fun here, Saturdays in January. Got some fouls here down the stretch as the Cougars are back in the bonus yet again. Free throws goes in there for Davis Jr. 89-59, a 30-point lead here for CSU. Bounce pass into the corner. That three barely hit the side of the backboard, way off the mark. Chance here for the Cougars to go up top. Oh, Hunter Preston can't finish it. Coach Moore just throws his hands in the air. Looking at Hunter Preston, wondering why he didn't throw that one down. Whew. That was about to bring the whole house down if he had made that. Robert Davis Jr. just steps into a wide open three, but leaves it short. On the other side, it's Smith for three, no good. Teams are just kind of throwing up shots here late in this blowout, and it'll be an and one opportunity. Francis Marion still has a few of their starters out there as Wall will head to the line. Chance to complete a three-point play. And that one rolls out. So Porter Wilson, Davis Jr., Preston Jedneski, and Jalen Thomas. One starter still out there for CSU. Robert Davis Jr. over to Jordan Jedneski. Bounces it down low to Preston. Nice pass over to Porter Wilson. Some of these reserves will have a chance to shine here for CSU. You'd like to see them take advantage of this opportunity. Going all the way in there was Hill, and somehow that rolled out. Hill can't get it to go. The Cougars have done a real good job against the sophomore. Jedneski misses that little 10-foot floater. (91-63). We mentioned that the Cougars had a chance to reach that 90 mark early on in the second half. They were already there with 5+ minutes to play. They're going to have an opportunity to crack 100. It would actually be their second time to crack 100. They cracked 100 against Mount Olive in that overtime loss, 107-102 overtime loss. That was a wild game. So 4 in double figures for the Cougars this evening. 20 points for Jalen Thomas, along with 19 for Bryant Gibbons, 12 for Carl Lively, and 10 for Zay Horton. That shot's off the mark. Cougars still need another 3 to tie their season high of 15. They've been sitting at 14 for a while now. See if the bench can get one more 3 to go down, as it's going to go off Porter Wilson. Inbound there from Wall. Poked away, goes right back to Wall. Misses the layup. Preston corrals the rebound. And here come the Cougars into the front court. And they've got Jedneski in the corner. Open look for 3. Yes! Whole bench goes crazy. You see Zay and Chris Horton high-fiving each other. Everyone's up and on their feet after Jordan Jedneski buries the corner 3. His first points of his senior season. Nice defense down low by the Cougars. Love to see Jedneski get on the board there for CSU. Here's Wall, had it taken away, gets it back, barely hits the rim. Devin Porter Wilson. He wanted to get on the scoreboard as well. Everyone's on the board for CSU. Everyone that has entered the game has put up points. 12 different players have entered, 12 different players have scored. CSU just having themselves a game. That one poked away from Preston, and it'll be a breakaway dunk for Thomas. Jedneski making just his 3rd appearance this year. He appeared in the games against Barton and Tuskegee. Another leak out here up ahead for Thomas. Hard foul, as he hit the deck hard there. And we'll head to the free throw line for 2. Should take us to our final media timeout here inside the Lumpkin Center. 96-69, we got 2:56 left in this one.
As Division II student athletes, we are committed to being our best.
Division II National SAC is proud to partner with the Sports Science Institute to play a role in the cardiac safety and health of student athletes.
Although many student athletes with heart conditions live healthy, active lives, up to 10 NCAA student athletes die each year of sudden cardiac death during athletic activities.
The facts are that immediate delivery of CPR and AED saves lives, so everyone should be CPR and AED trained. Please join us in this important initiative. Make it yours.
It's not about where you were born. It's not about your gender or the color of your skin, or whether you're rich, poor, or in the middle. No matter what you play, if you have the skill and drive to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
Back here inside the Lumpkin Center, 2:56 remaining in this one. Cougars will improve to 6-5 on the season and get their first Peach Belt Conference win to make it 1-2 inside of conference play. It's a series that CSU has dominated. They lead the all-time series 28-18. They'll make it 29-18. It's the 47th all-time meeting between these two squads. Bench has been emptied out here for the Cougars, as Gaines, Kemp, and Jones have all entered for CSU. So those three alongside Davis Jr. and Jordan Jedneski, the ones out there for Columbus State. 96-70, 4 points away from hitting the century mark. Driving, Kemp. Can't get it to go. Whole crowd is looking for all of these bench players to get some points, rightfully so, as a missed layup down low there by Hill. He can't believe it. How is Hill still in the game right now? The leading scorers inside the entire Peach Belt Conference, he's still out there in this blowout. They're trying to add some points for him. He's got just 13 here tonight. Nice move, but Robert Davis Jr. can't finish. Pump fake there, but a travel is called on Edmondson. Final 2 minutes of this game as Rajay Jones is bringing it up for CSU. A foul will be whistled there on Dickerson. Well, Cougars in the bonus, so Rajay Jones will have a chance to head to the free throw line. He hasn't scored this season, so we saw Jedneski get his first points of the year. A chance for Rajay Jones to get his first points as well. And he rattles in the free throw. Put Jones on the board. So Cougars have played all 15 on their roster. 13 of them have scored. Into the corner. That three is in and out from Jones. Edmondson can't get the putback. He'll try again. No good. Gaines is there defensively. Ball's ripped away from Hill. Hill gets it back, and he'll head to the free throw line. Hill with 13 points and 7 boards. Still putting those shots up with 1:40 left. One more coming for the Patriots. Patriots will be back in action this upcoming Wednesday. They'll be on the road. It'll be their third straight road game. They'll take on USC Aiken, one of the other undefeated teams inside the Peach Belt Conference. They won't be back at home until next Saturday, and they'll take on the Bearcats of Lander. These are some good matchups inside the Peach Belt Conference as of late. This always known as a deep and tough conference. Got to work hard for your wins. This is one that CSU desperately needed. So they're going to get the doubleheader sweep as the men's and women's teams each coming away with wins for CSU. Robert Davis Jr. from long range. He's got 7 points off the bench. Ball poked away. Robert Davis Jr. comes up with it. Gives it right back to the Patriots. Final minute. Cougars have hit the century mark, by the way, 101-74. Oh, another one. Aubrey and Kemp up ahead. Aubrey and Kemp's got a chance to shine. Oh, he lost the ball on the dunk. Oh no, he's laughing as he comes back down the court. This has turned into an AAU track meet. Aubrey and Kemp again. Does he have revenge? No. Oh my goodness, Kemp. Twice. And now he's just having to laugh with his head coach. Oh, Aubrey and Kemp. A chance for 2 dunks. Couldn't get either one to go down. As that's going to bring us to the buzzer. 103-76. Cougars, an impressive and fun outing here inside the Lumpkin Center, as they'll come away with a dominating win over Francis Marion. Well, it's been fun. Great doubleheader for the Cougars as they come away with 2 wins here inside the Lumpkin Center. Cougars rolled their way past Francis Marion behind 20 points from Jalen Thomas, 19 for Givens. And how about Carl Ivey off the bench? 12 points, a big spark from behind the arc, drilling 4 threes and setting a new career high. 16 total threes made for CSU, a new season high. That's going to wrap things up for us here inside the Lumpkin Center. For our cameraman, our producer, our statistician, for everyone here, I'm Corey Aldis. We'll see y'all next Saturday. Make sure to follow the Cougars on Facebook, facebook.com/CSU Cougars, for all the action, updates, and post-game remarks. 103-76, Cougars on top. We'll see y'all next week.